And the chat on in just a second. Alright, let's have a look at this then. We are live. My channel. Current stream, how about that? Welcome people. Hello, hello. How goes on this fine Wednesday evening? As we've got a Williams coming out to track, another Williams, both Williams. Lando and Horch going for their laps. How whacked, sorry. I'll be back in just a second. I'm gonna go grab some sweets and some snacks because I bought some American ones at Comic-Con and I'm hungry. Yeah. We are back. Hopefully Hammer can get in time. Yeah, we do have quite a few drivers out. We've got let's try on board my man Lando. He's first to set his lap. He's the only one not to yet. In the fight for the win. Oh, Lando wide. Hits a barrier and instantly backs out. My word, what a moment for Lando. Picking up a wash of understeer. Even though the carcass of the tyre may have been nicely up to temperature, the surface cools down big time over that straight. So when you first load the tyre up, for that first half a second it doesn't want to respond, and Lando did in fact fill that in there. Very nearly went spearing off into a barrier. Good rotation on the whole. Something that is sorry. Just something to get hard to get in this game. A little bit of understeer there. Kawaka's, he's been on a mad one lately. Only 7, Dom, yeah. They should let you back in. Have a little chat with them. See if they'll let you back in, man. Just for a race, just for numbers. I'd like to see the Dom name back in. That's a hype, but I like the new streamline username. Ooh, compact with the wall there. Ooh, it's quite a hefty one. Yeah, let me race. I'll definitely race on controller. Wink. I'll just make it look like I'm on controller. I would say put me in the Williams, but even though it's on equal cars, that didn't work in the realistic league a couple of days ago. So 41.1. Ooh, inside wall. Hello. Lando into the pits. Might bolt on a new front wing onto that car. Car goes P2, Spoonie goes P1. A driver who's taken 2 wins in the realistic this season. Booney 2 wins in the realistic. I've been the only one to disrupt that streak. If I didn't finish first, Booney would have won yet another one. He might not have quali pace, but race pace seems to be insane. And in the realistic with the Alpine, that is an extremely well balanced car. Get 2 paces, not Stella. Yeah, ping Hammer a message. See, both of you, ping Hammer a message. See if you can make it happen. Bring the numbers up to 10, which will be quite nice. Will be the next to start his lap then. We've got a couple of drivers on in laps. Alright, into the pits. Here comes Hammer. On the slipstream off the car entering the pits. Smart. Nicely. He's very careful. Hammer needs to be a lot more direct on steering inputs. He's just not carrying minimum speed. He needs to brake that a little bit later, put a bit more lock into the corners. He has a very smooth driving style. Yes. Very, very good lines. But you can see from how quickly he was able to reel off the lock. He'll do it again here. Instantly, full lock to no lock. 90 degrees to nothing. He is not on the front end limit unless when he locks up. You want to be steadily peeling off the lock in an F1 car, not all or nothing. It's a little better, but again, I think he's scared to go more than 90 degrees lock. Not scared, just tentative with the back end on that setup, and that is why. Alan, how's it going, my man? Where you at, boss? Into a line. I think he was running to time back controller. Boney's still top of the times. Hammer went 6th with that lap. Lando should be on a lap right now. Let's see what the Norris is able to do. To the line, immense straight line speed. I think 215, 217 for a second then. Goes only seconds. Really showing great pace. Won't be like that sometimes. I got home half an hour late, or less half an hour late from work as well. We're soft compared to cars. Quiet compared to them? Or just in general? Audio settings, what's the volume at? It's at 6, so... Just a little quiet. Let's give that a go, eh? Let's see how juicy that is. Game's nice and quiet now. But yeah, Lando quite a way off pole. Someone's gone straight on. That's Rogue Nico. Oh dear. Mahavir, the GOAT, is that you? Everyone calling Latifi the GOAT, they forget. Maybe. Oh dear, there goes Hammer again. Let's ping the Hammer and invite. Yeah, much better, lovely, beautiful. Oh, I've just accidentally invited Hammer to party. Ooh, Rogue Nico. Keep it out the barriers, my man. Big, hefty thwack of the barrier there. Really struggling to get to grips with this track as well. He must not have done much warm-up. If he does stick with this and keeps this lap going, I want to give him some pointers so he can watch the stream back and have some places to improve. That was decent there. Could have done missing the apex a little more. See what his top speed's like. Into the pits. He goes. High. On a lap. I believe so. Let's see what the Ferrari is able to do then. Teammate on provisional pole. Very nice. Hooked up on the apex. So got it turned in nicely. Short shifting a little bit, not quite making the most of the power. Hit the inside curve a little bit too much there. Second gear, ride the inside curve, don't touch that one or that exit. Beautiful lines here being driven by Kyle, but he's upshifting way too early, I believe. Once again, a beautiful line. Could have opened the steering wheel, got on the throttle a little sooner, but I'm being picky there, all over the inside curve. Again, need a bit more pushing on the front end, but so far so good then for Kai. This is a strong lap from the Ferrari, and let's see as he rounds this corner. Does he take the esports line? No, good. That don't work on this game. Grazing the wall to straighten out the car. Trade in lick of paint. He's 6/10 up on his PB. Very smooth lines being driven by Kai here. This is immense driving. The upshift after the apex. Good boy, lads. If you're accelerating through a corner, you want to make the most of the gear you're in. Because he would have bogged down slightly in 8. Keeps the turbo alive and puts it P3. And Dre's has gone P2 as well. A lot of drivers coming on with practice. Yeah, everyone just seems to be better. And that's bad for me because I'm in Williams, man. The thing is, because I'm so open about how much I practice, people think I'm going to turn up and win. And so they practice. And they turn up and they're 8/10 quicker than me. But at Canada, I put in about an hour's practice. It's just Canada. It is my track. I love Canada. It doesn't love me. I always have altercations. That's the first race that I've finished mistake and penalty free since my migraine nearly a year and a half ago that started all my headache issues. People turn up and just go quick. Speaking of going quick, oh! Lando's trimmed that car so light of downforce. He needs a couple more clicks on that front wing. Maybe. Who's that? What's the username on them's? On Xbox? Message from Death Mage. View profile. Invite to game. And add as a friend. I'm sorry, Mage, you might not be able to get a lap in, but Lando, no improvement there. Spoonie's gone quicker at the top. A very quick car in qualifying. Trying to keep it up for the race. Oh, big hit on the wall for Andreas. Does he back out of the lap? No, he'll keep his foot in. And he's keeping his foot firmly. Yeah, he's in. Thank you, Iron Man. Have a good evening wherever you're traveling to. Or wherever you are. Yellow Spoonie, he's out of fuel. Andreas is invalidated. Will he get time to do another lap? We'll see once Spoonie comes into the pits, but I highly doubt it. Lando not on a lap either. He's trying to regen fuel, but he's not got enough time. Andreas is gunning it for the line. He's got 9 seconds. Not possible. So this will be it then. Keynes, no improvement. Howak on the lap, chucking it at the corners. Fully committed. All over the curves. What will it be for Howak? Very clean so far. All nice. Brakes in a straight line, gets it turned, doesn't get the rotation he needs and hits the outside wall. Second gear, rotate it, slam the throttle to the ground, flat out the throttle trace. And it's pedal to the metal as he blasts it down the straight. I didn't quite catch the sector 2 split. See, does he back out of the lap or does he keep his foot in? Kept it going and does move up ahead of Keynes. Okay, fairly competitive grid here. Top 5 separated by less than a second, all within the same second. Keynes not far off. Hammer and Nico are way off the pace then. But Hammer unable to set a lap due to connection issues there. That is a wrap then. Spoonie on pole, 3 tenths ahead of Andreas. It was 7 tenths. Andreas to, or Spoonie to Lando and Kai. Then it's Howak, Keynes, Hammer after not being able to set a lap for a while. Death Mage unable to get a lap in due to reserving. I think Andreas would have gone a lot quicker had he managed to cross the line to start that last lap. But we'll never know. But all we know for now is that Spoonie is on pole position. I'm going to close chat for a second. Mute, chill, watch some videos. I'll be back in just a moment for more racing. Yay. Alright. Formation lap is underway then. 9 cars on the grid. And a few of them haven't moved. Are we readied up early? I've got chat open. Hello again. Quite a few drivers DSQ'd. Rogue Nico in there. As is Kai, as is Andreas. And I have chat reopened. Oh, it's stuck on connecting. I've got the glitch. I've got to restart my Twitch on my phone. Give me just a second. Not exactly sure what's going on with the car staying on the grid. Alright, I now have chat open for real this time. Welcome to this 9-car event. Where? Ooh, right. Take the batteries in the controller. If they'll come out the back of the controller, yeah, they will. Stick them in charge 8. Let's have a bit of banter today, chat. So you wait for the forward lights. For Division 2 at Azerbaijan, 26 laps of untapped carnage. 26 laps for Division 2 to prove that 9 cars is good enough for a good race. That's a jump start pen already for Death Mage. Just a decent start for Spoonie. Stays ahead. Hawak and Andreas going side by side. We've got Hammer and Nico side by side further back. All as it was, but that's a car going wide into what's Andreas tapping the wall. That gave Howard what he thought was a look. Death Mage is already up and past the likes of Rogue Nico, who is now looking set to get the wooden spoon here. That's speaking of spoons. Spoonie has gone quite wide there, but keeps it out the barrier. Lando now wants to fight. He's got low downforce levels on that car, Lando. As that's yellow flags further back. Death Mage is in a wall. No front wing and the drive through. That is not good for Death Mage. It's going to be a chill bit of fun for Death Mage today, I think. But Mage having a torrid start to this race. Out front, Spoonie was the start he wanted, no, needed, really, to get himself ahead of Lando. He's also struggling with a lot of base understeer in that car. Speaking of Lando, he is on the hard compound tyre. Yellow flags. Oh, that's Death Mage out. That's a virtual safety car deployed then. Short-lived. I've done that before. I've turned up for a league race in there. that's happened. Yeah, no front wings, just you stop, and it's not like you can even turn to make the apex and you broke too late, because you turn and it's just nothing. I've done that before though, where I joined in a session, but I'll reserve and dumped the start and then crashed on that one. It happens, man. Kick back, relax and enjoy. This will be quite a relaxing experience today. Ooh, into the wall, Lando. He's not his usual self today. Indeed, what's that on, man? Yeah, Lando's struggling. He likes a car with a very direct front end, and this low downforce setup is not working for his style, as that's wide for a whack. Oh dear, he's in the barrier, and I believe there's a bit of front wing missing off that Williams car. Oh, Outlander! I was talking about his understeer. That is an almighty behemoth of a crash, and another virtual safety car. Full safety car now. It has been upgraded, but the leaders will pass the safety car before turn 1. So, who'll jump and pit? If I was a medium runner, I'd go onto the halves right about now. Lando though, ow. Jesus. And then there were 8. But this rate would have no cars left in the field by lap 12. Maybe even before. Let me have a look at the driver's standings here. The rules is dominant in the driver's standings. Entering this race, he had over double the points of Lando. And get this, in every non-sprint, every Grand Prix event, Rules has finished second or above, 2 seconds, 5 firsts, 1/7 on the reserve sprint, but that is a statistic and a half. None of the medium runners in then. Bar Hammer, who's going for something different here. Yeah, 113 points for Rules. He won't extend his lead, but he won't be closed in on by Lando as well. But Andreas may get Lando here. But Andreas gets second, that's 18 points. That put him 2 ahead of Lando. But it would mean that there is a very, very slim chance of catching Rules. Who, if Andreas even gets first place here with fastest lap, he'll be on 66 points, and that is half of what Rules has plus 1. And the amount of points that can be awarded from now to the end of the season. So including if actually, let's say now. Points awarded from now to the end of the season. to catch rules. So 25. I'll do fastest laps afterwards. 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 125 plus the sprint, which is 8, plus fastest lap across the board, which is another 6. We have 14 to 125, and we get, quick math, 139 points. Well, Rules is on for it this season. Maybe a cheeky restart, definitely. So we will be green next lap then. So what I'm saying is, if you take 26 off for Lando because he's missed this now, that leaves just 100 and, oh boy, math, 113 points. And so 113 points, and Lando currently is sitting 50, 60, 67 off, I believe. So it's doable. But Lando needs to turn up for all the races from now on to be able to win it. That is his problem. He's just unable to make a good few of the races. But unless you're 139 points behind, you're still in the mix. And that means everyone can still win this title. Everyone. It's all to play for. There is hope. There is. No report on the constructors as well while we're at it. McLaren 153, Williams 98. That's a little bit closer, but still going to be quite difficult to achieve. Miracles do happen. Posted the realistic. Hammer's also got to post the driver's standings, where I know I set 25 points behind in the realistic after 2 rounds, but after the next one I set just 18 behind. But I will sadly, I believe, be missing a race. I'll be missing Monza. We go green. Ooh, chaos up and down the field. See what Howard can do. Up on the back of Hammer. Alongside and ahead of Hammer. He's clearly missed out on the tyre warm-up with Lando gone now. The race blown wide open. But Spoonie has such... Beautiful. Spoonie, I believe outcomes were done for round 2. But the drivers and constructor standings were forgotten to be posted because it was posted just after the race. But I know I trail by 18. And I think missing the race is going to cost me, but I would do it, and I am on holiday camping in Manchester, but I would come all the way back. For reference, that's a lot. That's about a tank of fuel drive away and a tank of fuel back for me. So that's 120. And that's just to get there and back. I've also, if I'm going to bring my car, I've got to pay to park. Yeah, back of cameras are just clear, just through there. Wow, look at that camera. Oh, yellow flags, who's it? It's Keynes. Keynes is out. Oh, Howak has just let some poop fly out there. Yeah. I would actually. I would, because I love this championship. As Mercedes side by side. Oh, Howak spins in sympathy. With a little bit of persuasion from the back end of the Mercedes. And safety car deployed then. The cars that they just don't turn through there sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And then there was it. Well, at this rate, we're going to have a Monaco 96 on our hands. Yeah, I would do that for the camping trip. Slight issue, it's my dad's birthday the day after. The whole reason I booked that week off work. And so I will not be doing the race because that will require me driving back at stupid o'clock in the morning. And I'd rather chill with my dad on his birthday. If it was just a regular camping trip, I'd drive back from Manchester. I'd spend 120, 100 pound on fuel. I do it. 250 miles or something stupid like that for me. I live near London. There's both Ferraris in then for their stops. Rate of 26. Most of it's run under safety car or VSC. Oh, alright, I'm gonna chill until the safety car comes in. Alright. We're going to be going green at the end of this lap then. Lap 15, no, 16 laps. Havoc did grab a new wing, I believe. No drivers left by the end. Imagine the scenes. Alright, let's chill. Let's watch them racing, eh? Andreas still out on the tyres, has started the race on everyone else's pit. And Andreas has bolted and he has gone here completely into the distance. And he will leave the likes of Rogue Nico and Hannah to fight behind. And fight they will. I'm very sure of that, pardon me. Right on board actually with Spoonie. Pole sitter looking to retake his lead, a lead he believed it when he came into the pits. Fancy work for you there, still don't quite know what it means, but we'll roll with it. He backed up nice and early. He's just letting the chaos unfold ahead of him, and that is chaos. Rogue Nico and Hawak, they make contact, and they are both in the wall. More scenes here for this race. And Hawak will definitely need another front wing, as may Rogue Nico. Oh dear. Oh dear. I'm saying checkered flag for Ryan there. We're already very spread out field here. I'm sure this man will close up to the back of the pack pretty swiftly. Oh, you meant let's race. Oh, I thought, I checked the Discord, I thought like Hammer had announced the race was cancelled or something. I was like, another moment. Oh, Hammer, what's happened here? Oh, he's gone straight on. He's bowled it. What is the Baku curse with the Mercedes and front wing for Nico? Hawak will stay out and try and live it with that end plate as Hammer goes straight on again. What is going on here? This is chaos. And back to chillaxing. Well, that was fun. Let's just chill. How's everyone's day been? How are we all doing? Just trying to fill the time. This is 15 laps. Chill laps. Oh. It tends not to, but at the end of the day, no offense to what's happened with attendance, but I don't think people will mind. Yeah, nah, it shouldn't mess it up. You won't risk it. Fair play, lad. Yeah, I'm lucky. My work is based off of an area. It's a 25-minute drive for me. Half an hour of traffic. Yeah. And it's chill. But it is an intense job, and we've got a new guy who is... Oh, I thought he was good the first couple of days because he had that motivation that you have when you start at a new place. He was working hard. He was pulling good numbers out. And then the man decides in the last week that he is going to become lazy as hell and break cars for a pastime. I stayed on half an hour late to try and fix a car that he broke today. He did 2 tyres and a wheel alignment, and somehow now it won't go past 30 because the traction control is pulling the car back. And he didn't do the alignment right anyway. So yeah. Plus I was doing disc and pads all round on a Mercedes, or on the back, sorry, on a Mercedes. He just, the boss says, okay, give him a hand with that. What he does, he just picks up the phone and chats to his mate while I'm doing the job. The boss can see it out the window, and then again, I do pads all round on a Mini. The boss tells him to put the wheels on after me for the front and rear. I do the fronts, and I'd done the fronts when he asked it, so he put the wheels back on, did a good job at it, didn't cross-thread anything, and then he decides that while I'm doing the pads on the passenger rear, he's going to sit there on his phone instead of doing the driver's rear and helping me out, and then he forgets to put the wheels back on, which is easy to notice because there's no wheels on the car. So I put them back on, finish the job off, and that car he broke. I come back from road testing it 5 minutes before we close, and he's gone. And I stay on for half an hour, diagnosing it, road testing it, diagnosing it again, trying to figure out what's causing this issue, and he's gone. He's home. So yeah, the boss has said if I catch him being lazy again, I'll pull him to one side, give him a final warning, because, oh my god. He did £300 work today, nonchalantly, lazed out all day, sat with his feet up in the office most of the day, and I was out there working my ass off. And I still had 2.5 hours spare where I could have done another big job, and probably take myself over £1,000. Yeah, like at the end of the day, I get it. He was complaining of a bit of back pain throughout the day, mate, but I don't mean to be a stereotype here. You're a mechanic. Tough up, deal with it. Complain when you get home. Ooh, and to the pits comes Andreas. I thought I was going to have a bit of a livelihood in the race, commentate on, but we continue. Yeah. And my boss, I told the new guy when he started, Scythe his name was, I told Scythe that Tony will be happy with you if you work hard. He'll let you take the odd 6-day week to have an extra day off. He'll let you go early. He'll let you just flat out have days off if you impress him. And he asked for a day off the other day, today off, and wonder why boss man said no. Because he's been lazy. Sweeping the floors, then mopping them. I sweep pretty much, I'd say 70% of the area that we were meant to sweep, and he does like the rest of it, 30%, and then I go to sweep it, and this man has done a horrible job, and he starts sweeping mine and gets one small pile out of this massive area. Yeah. Then I just start going around the edges. He's like, no, he told us to what? I said, spotless means spotless. Rogue Nico Pits. But yeah, I love my job. I work my ass off because I've been working my ass off for years, proving people wrong to get where I am, and I'm not gonna let some dumb tyre fitter ruin that. And when it comes time for promotions, I'll be top of the list. But yeah. Work's stressful, but at the end of the day, every now and then, even if it's a pain, you just got to kick back, look where you are and go, you know, I kind of enjoy this. Even if you don't enjoy your job, there'll always be that one co-worker, that one person at work who just makes it all nice. Like, for me, everyone at my work's nice except from this new guy. Well, he's a nice guy, but he's just useless, to say the least. But it's nice to kick back, look at where you were and where you are now. You can do the same thing with driving as well. In game, you think, I think I've got plenty way to go with driving, and I go back onto F1 2019, my Mexico lap, which was my proudest lap in modern F1 cars, and that I sweated, I'm not kidding you, probably over about 10 hours sweating over a couple of weeks to get that lap time. I download the same setup, I can do that lap in 2 laps now. Give me a warm-up lap flyer, I'll beat it by 4 10. Progress. Just the pain when you can't see the light at the beginning of the tunnel behind you anymore, and you can't see the light at the end of it. That's when it gets a bit of a pain. That's when a lot of drivers in this league are in the transition period where it's sort of, okay, it's time to stop playing. We're going to be quick now. But just little inconsistencies that cause issues in race. As soon as you see that light, pace starts to kick up, as well as consistency, and then before you know it, you've got a couple championships. Makes me think this will be... God, will this be? Practice is critical. Hell yeah. But will this be my... I won a title on 19. Won 2 titles on 20. I'm not sure if I won one on 21. Did I win a title on F1 21? No, I think I did. I can't remember, but I think I did win a title on... No, I didn't. Because it's been over 2 years since I won a league racing title. I'm hungry for it. I want it. And I think if I can hook it all up in realistic, it might happen. And that'll be a nice way to crown this game out. Spoonie's little race update. For those of you just watching, Spoonie and Kai 1-2 for Ferrari. Decent performance from them today. We do have a little bit of a fight going on here. Andreas and Hannah side by side down the main straight. Here we go. Oh, wow. Not like it's like an overtake at Monaco or anything. It's Azerbaijan. It's supposed to be overtakes, but with a third of the field out and just 6 cars remaining. Rogue Nico probably going for the fastest lap. Alright. So that fight over for now. Hammer may be able to stick with. No. He's gone. Let's just have a look at Spoonie. Yeah. In F1. No. With Mercedes, with their new package. Of course, Monaco's not really a good track to bed in a new package, but they didn't have any issues like they did last season at Monaco, where they weren't able to go flat out by the end of the straights. Sort of thing in quality trim. So, with them understanding their package, Ferrari having new upgrades, McLaren will have a new car at some point soon. question is, will Red Bull maintain their dominance this season? I think they will. I think they will equal the figures of the MP44, equal the 2016 season, because there's one difference between all eras of dominance in F1. You've got Mercedes era, you've got Red Bull #1, you've then got Brawn's random rise out of nowhere, but then you've got the Ferrari era, the McLaren's, the Williams era, and back to McLaren. And in all of them, except from Red Bull, no team truly seems perfect. There's always a mistake. Ferrari in the early 2000s, they were not very common at making mistakes, but they were so much quicker that it didn't matter in their 2002 and 2004 seasons, because they had Schumacher. And you'd always win races if you had Schumacher in a decent car. But Mercedes' domination, it was slightly fun because Mercedes made errors. They messed up. They had issues. They crashed into each other. Or they just blundered. They straight up pulled out a Ferrari and just messed up. And that allowed other cars to win, to podium. You have to think 2020 should have been the most dominant season of all time, because they had the quickest car at every track bar the last race. And yet somehow they didn't win every race. Why? Well, like, mistakes. That's pretty much it. Oversights. Do you see Red Bull doing that? No one does. No one sees Red Bull messing up. You don't. Red Bull are such a fine-tuned, well-oiled machine. They don't make mistakes as Hammer comes into the pits. Yeah, they don't make mistakes. They just don't. They are so good, so perfect, that they will rarely mess up. And when they mess up, it's like, oh no, the pit stop was 0.3 of a second longer than normal. What are we gonna do? Like, they're just so organised. But Mercedes had their blunders. Red Bull don't. When Red Bull have a slightly quicker car, they will dominate. Like in 2021, they had the quicker car at most of the races, and then Mercedes was slightly quicker at some of them, and yet at some of the races Mercedes was slightly quicker. Red Bull would still win. Like France. Red Bull's not the quickest car there. They outclassed Mercedes. I was saying that, yes, there was Bahrain and Hungary from Mercedes. But again, Mercedes pretty much, they sort of lucked into it with the way Bahrain went, and with the way that, what was the other one I was saying? With the way that Hungary went, not Hungary, I'm thinking Hungary 2019, Spain 2021 went. With the way Spain 21 went, that was a textbook undercut. Easy move to do. And that Mercedes did just look a little bit more hooked up with that season though. Oh, excuse me. I do think that the Red Bull car was unlucky to not win by over I'd say about over 75 points. If crashes hadn't happened, if Max hadn't taken out Lewis, if Lewis hadn't taken out Max, and if Bottas hadn't gone for a bit of Wii Sports bowling, then I think Max probably would have won the title by 75 plus points. Because they had the better car, but as I've somehow digressed from 2023 to 2021, I will digress back to 2023 and say it's just impossible. Red Bull don't mess up. Never. Even when they're slower, they'll still find a way to win. But I'd like to see Ferrari try and do that. And plus, although they have less development time, Aston Martin, people saying they've had a meteoric rise, they haven't. Their car is literally a 2022 Red Bull. It's another tracing point. Traceable, whatever you want to call it. I believe it's a false dawn. Or they'll use it to kickstart a front-running era as Hammer goes fastest. There is no in-between. It won't be a solid established midfield runner. They will either go back to being at the back, or they'll stay at the front. There is no two ways. Yeah, there's even a Red Bull engine from 2026. Red Bull Ford, of course. Which, don't get fooled, it's not a Ford engine. It's a Red Bull powertrains engine. Built from their factory. And developed from their factory. The only thing Ford is actually getting... Oh, that's a nice camera shot. The only thing Ford is getting involved in is the hybrid development side of it. The Honda motor for Aston, yeah, Honda motor for Aston, yeah. But the reason why Honda are so good in F1 is because before the budget cap, they were chucking in hundreds of millions into development, and I mean hundreds. 150, 200 plus. Mercedes' whole budget for a year pre-cost cap was 300 and something, or 350. And Honda was spending near 200 million. And in the McLaren days, it was like 60, 70 mil on development. And they were paying McLaren 100 million to have the Honda name on the car. Paying. Not being paid, paying. It was a sponsor deal, but they also provided an engine with it. But now, at Aston, of course, they've got the budget cap. They've got the cap. So, the cost cap. So I'm interested to see how well developed they are compared to every other team, and how efficient they are with time. Before they got dominant by money, like Mercedes, whereas now they can't do that. They can't. So how do they get dominant? Honda are a very... This isn't a stereotype here. This is the hard fact, factual truth. Japanese people are very efficient. The Japanese are very, very, very efficient. I just heard someone hit the barrier. Oh, I have. Spoonie's just hit the car. He's hit the barrier hard there. But yeah, they are very efficient, so I believe cost cap will help them. Scary. And yes, Aston will perform well with that engine. But again, no point having a Mercedes chassis when you've got a Mercedes engine when you've got a Williams chassis, eh? So that'll be interesting. Very interesting. Here comes Hammer on Porsche. Who dives into the pits and will try and take the fastest lap with its defeat. Could at least let us have a bow, man. Ooh, boy. See, those are yawns for them. But yeah. I think McLaren will fall into midfield and stay there. They'll never go back to being a front runner again. Never. Williams will get themselves back up to mid-pack. Haas and Alfa Romeo, or Haas Alfa Romeo Haas as they're going to be called, I think. Bold prediction there. That'll happen as early as next season or the season after. And Audi will be last. They'll be the two worst grids. Two worst cars on the grid. Unless the investment into Sauber works as Rogue Nico's DNF on the main straight. Will this cause any issues for the others? No, 5 cars remain. Howak isn't in the session. Put some requests. Friends. Howak. I've just sent him an invite. Has he paused? Has he given up the ghost here? No pun intended. That's an AI driving. Andreas in for a pit stop. Oh, will this bring him relative to Hammer? 1.3 the gap there. Hammer smells blood though. 9/10 the gap. Hammer has depleted all of his battery life. Yeah, I think DC2, so I'm going to give him some invites, just see if he wants to get back in. Make the most of them softs. He's now appearing as offline. So yes, got to have been some sort of disconnect for Howak there. Just accidentally invited someone who's in the lobby. Okay, I sent him a couple invites. Yeah. Not my lap for Spoonie. Strong drive from him. Showing why he is the best in this division at the moment. But yeah, Andreas. Someone who was in a slower car in the realistic is finishing behind. I do think there does need to be a little bit of rebalancing realistic. Maybe don't put the likes of Spoonie and that down. Put the likes of Andreas up. That's what I think. Andreas in a slightly quicker car. And I know that bodes badly for me. But although saying that, Andreas is on the lead pace every race. So is Spoonie, but I think Spoonie doesn't practice much. Which is why he's sort of in qualifying and in the first half of the race, and then is rapid out of literally nowhere. I believe it's a tactic, so you don't get moved out like it. And it's working. We head on to the final lap. It's been a very, very boring race. Been nothing going on at all. But it's been a vibe. That's why we're here, for the vibes, baby. Fastest lap, currently Hammer 43.2, but I have a feeling Andreas will beat that on this current lap. He's up a little bit. Buddy boy, yawn. The best in this current race. He's superb, supreme pace all race long. While I've been waffling away, he's been putting in the hard graft and the work to make this a reality. It's been a strong drive. No real mistakes, a couple of brushes with the wall, but Baku, that's always going to happen. He's just been so smooth, so calculated, I believe is the correct term for it. He's known where all four corners of his car are at all times. He's used all the track. He's used the car how it should be used. And he's dominated this race. It won't be a Grand Slam, but it will be a victory for Spoonie. He will take the 25 points, and this will fling him up the order. Andreas will be still second in the standings by 1 point, barring a win. Speaking of win, that's Spoonie crossing the line. He takes it then. And unless Andreas can take the fastest lap on this lap, he will be a point behind Lando. Even if he does get the fastest lap, he will still be even on points with Lando on countback. But he don't care, he's going to push. A point is a point. A Ferrari 1-2 as well. Utter domination from Scuderia. Good work from them. And it is fastest lap for Andreas. Hammer using everything to line, 2 seconds down. There you go then. Possibly. Nah. Trying to get other people up. I think Alpine still right car. But I do think if you put a little bit more practice in, like another 5-10 minutes, you would be unstoppable. That's the thing. But please don't, because then you definitely would get moved down. And you'd end up in the Haas or the Alpha. And Haas Andreas, not nice cars. Although I'd rather be driving them than the Williams, admittedly. But the Monday blues of Alpine are gone for Spoonie. And he's draped in champagne and the colours of the national Italian racing teams, Rosso Corsa. That scared me. The Yano up me here with a Scrooge face, bro. Yeah, come be my teammate, man. Yeah. Thanks for joining for the vibes. It's been emotional. So then, in the drivers, I'm not sure where Spoonie sets Hawkeye after this. But I know Andreas is joint second. But wait, barring of course that Spoonie has overtaken, or Kai has overtaken him, but I believe they are tied second, 156 points. 113 points for Rules and 56 points for Andreas and Lando. It's quite a tall task. It's gonna be tough. They need 57 points, I believe. But it's doable. Thank you all for joining. This has been an odd one, just one for the books, I guess, but it's been a good vibe, start to finish, so thank you for joining. Just quickly, stuff I've got to say before everyone departs. Sadly, I won't be here for the next Division 1 this week. And unfortunately, next week as well. And then the week after next, so not next Division 2 race, the race after, so in 2 rounds time. Round 8, I will sadly be missing as well because I am on holiday. So apologies for that. But for now, I'm just here for the vibes, here for the fun. If there is a stream, we will see you in 2 days for Division 2. If not, shameless plug here, but I'll be streaming the realistic from my point of view. I do a little bit of shadow comms on it, and a bit of just racing insight. Or I will see you in a week's time from myself for round 7 of Division 2. You guys have a good week. Have a good evening. Bye bye.